Let's see if this thing actually works here. Is this thing on? Okay, there we go. I see something. Huh? Wix.com. Lewis, you ever use Wix?
Wix. What is Wix?
It's a website. It's where you build your own websites.
I've heard about it.
Yeah, it's not a bad place. Actually, I use it.
Yeah.
For my site. My website is on Wix. JohnnyBeane.com.
Gotcha.
So here we go. We're here. Hey, everybody. It's February 28th, 2020, 8:07 p.m. Eastern Time, 5:07 California time. And let's see, we got David Nesdall.
Hey, what's happening, everyone?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm good, man. Good. Very, very busy, man.
I hear you. Me too.
Craziness, man. And who else is here, Dave?
My very good friend. He's one of my oldest friends. His name is Louis Rios.
Hey, man.
He's an amazing guitar player. I've looked up to him since I was a kid.
Cut it out.
No, I got to tell you, Louis, when I was a wee lad of 16 and 17 years old, watching you play guitar was life-changing for me back then.
Where did you see me when you were 16? Am I that much?
I was. That's how old I was when I first started coming around to Carol's place. I was a young boy. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You just blew my mind because I saw those pictures of you the other night. Those young pictures of you.
That
must have known Dave back then.
That's
Wow. Well,
yep.
Thank you for the compliment.
Back then when this guitar was brand spanking new.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome.
Look at that.
And I just got it back. I'm so happy to have the guitar back in my life. I'll tell you guys the story in a little bit.
Okay, cool.
Mike Neese. Oh my God, $50. Thank you so much.
Huh?
Mike Neese just gave us $50.
Wow.
He did?
Yeah.
Mike Neese, thank you so much, dude. Like I was telling you guys, my computer over here is like half crashed, and so I can't see the live chat.
Hi there, Brendan. Somebody says Brendan B Squared. What's up?
Yeah, he's a good guy. He builds cigar box guitars. Good guy.
Oh, cool. And Mr. H Jr. What's up?
So shall we do a Johnny, you want to do a thing?
Yes.
Roll call?
Yeah, several things. First of all, everybody that's watching this, make sure to subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. Tonight, for the very first time, we're actually broadcasting to two different places at once. We're also over on Periscope. So if you go to my Twitter page, at Johnny Beane on Twitter, you should be able to see us over there. And then also, if you're on Periscope, you can follow me on Periscope as well. Let me see. Are we over there? Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're live. Go over to at Johnny Beane on Twitter. You can see us. We're there. That's very cool. Very cool. So if you're watching this on Periscope, welcome. This is a show that's generally on YouTube, and we talk about guitars and gear and pizza.
Everything about it.
All our favorite things. So welcome. And again, this show is also a podcast. So if you're listening to this on the podcast in the future, click the link down below on Spotify, on iTunes, on Stitcher, on TuneIn, and watch the video. You can watch the video on YouTube.
Awesome.
And I told you my live chat is down, so I can't see. I'm having to use the StreamYard chat, which StreamYard, which totally sucks.
All right, so I'll do it if you want.
Well, I just got to pull up the video on. Oh my gosh, Jimmy Carr is here. Mr. VHP, is that Bruce? Terry Himes, Sandra Pokerney, and that's all I can see.
Oh, Blank Palette 2, Hugh Caldwell, Frank Corcoran, David Ennis, Hugh Caldwell,
Michael Collins.
Hal Face, Thomas Santiago, Headstock Harem, Vista Light 1972, Mr. Mike Neese. Thanks again for the $50 super chat.
How come StreamYard doesn't even show that?
I don't know. Kelly, Kenko Door, Brenda B. Squared. Let's see. Who else is here? And I'm going to say, David Scher is here. Music Therapy Laz.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
And the rest.
I've got YouTube on my MacBook here. Okay. Vista Light 1972. Everybody.
And the rest.
Riley is here.
Here on Johnny Beane's Isle. I'm
getting freaking Facebook friend requests nonstop. I hit over 4,000.
Wow.
I'm like 4,100 Facebook friends. It's insane, man. It's literally every minute, every couple minutes, I get 1 to 2 requests, and they're actual people. They're actual music producers. They're musicians. It's not like bots and
well, thank God.
And whatever. It's like actual cool people. So it's like, yeah, come on in.
Yeah, I'm at the point now where I'm only friending people that are friends with you, because everyone that I'm getting the same thing with you. Every 5 minutes or so, I get new friend requests, and if they're friends with Johnny Beane, I know they're real, so I friend them.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So yeah, Lewis, good to meet you. Good to meet you, man.
Yeah, man. Longtime fan, stalker, watching you guys for a while. Yeah.
It's all good. We're our own stalkers. It's all good. So what's been going on? It's been, I don't know, what is it? It's 30 years. I mean, I've seen you once or twice within the last 30 years, but it's really been like 30 years since we hung out.
Yeah, man. Well,
the last time I saw you, you were playing BB King's in Manhattan, and yep. I got a total of 15 or 30 seconds to talk to you because you were too busy.
Yeah. That was when we first started the band, and then that was like one of our first shows there. And
I remember it sounding great. I was like, wow, this band sounds, it was just really great. Not the type of music I thought I'd be hearing, but it was great. It was great.
Yeah, that's what happened was we had like a cover band that was doing typical 80s, 70s, 90s stuff, and the singer in my band's always trying to network and figure out ways for us to make more money. So one night I'm sitting here in my living room and he calls me up and says, hey, how are your country licks? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, we're going to start a country, like a, country / whatever band.
Yeah.
Start practicing. So I'm like, all right. And that turned into, it's been 8 years now. And like if somebody would have told me I'd be playing this kind of music, me, Van Halen head.
Like all of us.
I would have been like, you know what, screw yourself. But pays the bills. These days, it's tough to get gigs doing the kind of music you want to play.
Yeah, save the stuff you want to play for the living room.
Right, and at the same time, it was cool because coming from the Van Halen school of playing and Randy Rhoads, that's why I had that polka dot guitar. But
you mean that one right there?
That one right there. So coming from that kind of school, and then like learning how to play like the Buffett stuff and Zach Brown and all that country stuff, Brad Paisley songs. It's like it helped my style, which is cool because I'm not limited to, one thing. So that was a little. Yeah. And then they've closed BB King's down recently, and that was kind of that sucked.
Yeah. So where does that leave you to play these days?
We do a lot of. We played, like I said, the Paramount.
Yeah.
And we sold that.
So yeah, you played there 5 times and sold it out 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, the other 2 were almost sold out, but again, we're just lucky. There's a lot of fans people on Long Island that want to hear this type of music.
Yeah. So those of you who don't know about the Paramount and Johnny, it's kind of like the East Coast whiskey. Kind of like that it's a really nice room. A lot of like Eric Johnson plays there all the time. A lot of made acts.
Yeah, we saw Dream Theater there. 2 years ago. But to tell you, and we couldn't believe the response. So we just, like I said, we're just very fortunate. Knock on wood, and just have a good time. We try to have a good time. That's about it.
Yeah. So let's start at the very beginning.
Okay.
Carol's Place, a little hole in the wall bar.
Yeah.
South Shore of Long Island. The drugs are flowing crazy through that place, and the music is fantastic.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And it was, it was a crazy time in like 1990, maybe 1989.
Yeah.
Around there. Tell us about how you started there and what you did and how that all became what it was. I guess it was you started an open mic there, correct?
Well, so I started hanging out there, and then became friends with the owner, and he's like, you have a good personality. Why don't you go behind the bar? So went behind the bar, and then that turned into they had already had an open mic night, but it was more like a blues-based kind of thing, and he's like, why don't you run it? So then we started doing nickel beers Monday nights, and we started doing it more of a rock thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then from that, I became like the manager of the place, and we had live music 7 nights a week. We had Dean Brown was playing there with Primo, Skylar Deal.
Yeah, sure.
Little Buster was playing there. Larry Mitchell was playing there.
I know it.
I jammed with what's that bass player? Black bass player, really.
Mark White?
No, tall, really tall guy. Amazing, like shreddy bass player. I forgot his name.
Oh, T.M. Stevens?
I think it was T.M. Stevens.
Yeah.
So just like amazing, and then like just everybody would come through there, man. He'd have like Primo would be there. They'd have all these different,
like made bands, or at least be made bands.
Right. So that was cool. I mean, it was great because it was. You have all different types of music there. You have like Grateful Dead bands, jazz bands, blues bands, rock bands. I don't know if you remember that band Brown Ploppy. Remember them?
Sure do. They were fun.
Yes,
they were fun. Crazy
band. But so that was a lot of fun. Yeah, booking bands, playing in bands there, and that's where I met you. And it was crazy times, like you said. Though there was a lot of.
It was excess.
Yeah.
A lot of excess. A lot of access and a lot of excess.
Yes.
Yeah, I know it. I never partook, but it was there. If I wanted it, it was there.
Yeah.
If you wanted it, it was there. It's crazy, but a lot of fun.
Yeah, but I survived that, thank God. And
you did.
Yeah, I survived.
Let's also start by saying you were. How much weight have you lost since then?
100-something pounds, maybe.
Yeah. You look great.
Wow. Nice.
You look great. Hey, yes, yeah. It's you look much healthier. You look much happier.
Yeah.
Thanks, although you were pretty happy back then. I mean, the weight didn't matter. You were just a happy dude. It was a good. You're a good guy. Always a good guy. But all right, so let's talk about. First of all, let's talk about the polka dot Strat that everyone makes fun of on this show, calling that guitar a Buddy Guy Strat.
Gotcha.
Tell us where that guitar came from.
Okay, so that guitar was actually I don't know if you remember Grayson's over in Hempstead.
I certainly do. Yes, you bought it either from Lenny or from Gary.
Right. So I got it from Lenny, and at the time it was a Bumblebee. I'll show you the guitar. it was a Bumblebee Van Halen guitar. What did I do here?
There you go.
The original headstock that they got sued over, and that's the serial number on the back. What is it? 1211.
Look at that thing. Man.
Yeah. So this thing has been with me since '81, and been through a lot together. But so anyway, it was black and yellow at the time, and I got to tell you, when I first heard Van Halen 1, and just a short little thing to say. When I first heard Van Halen 1, I was a Kiss fan, and I heard that album, and I remember to the day, I remember hearing Eruption, and I was like, what the hell is that? You know, coming from the Ace Frehley playing, you know, School of Guitar, and I'm like, that's a fucking synthesizer. This is shit. And I took it and threw it in my closet, right? And then like a few days later, I found out it was actually a guitar player playing guitar like that, and that changed my life, man. You know, at the time we had a record player. You'd slow down to 33 1/3, and from 30. What was it? 33. What was it? The Revolutions were 33. I'd cut it in half to 16, and I started learning all the licks. You know, playing guitar 16 hours a day. It's crazy. Anyway, so I was really big Van Halen fan. They had this guitar in Grayson's, black and yellow, and I bought it. And then that's what I did for my childhood. Didn't go to school, played guitar all the time. And then what happened was, I heard Randy Rhoads, and you know I was able to figure out the Van Halen stuff, because blues, bass, whatever. But I was able to figure that out. But when I heard Randy Rhoads, I said, "This is something different, man." It's just fun because he had that schooling, and I'm like, I said to myself, you know what? I gotta learn how to play. I gotta know what he's thinking behind what he's playing. Because Eddie was like jamming, you know, amazing solos and stuff. But Randy was like just another different type of player. So I got really heavily into Randy and Eddie, and then the guitar needed a paint job, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna paint it black with white polka dots as a tribute to Randy, and that's where that came from. So I had somebody paint it for me, and that's what you used to see at Carl's place.
That was my favorite guitar. I wanted that guitar so badly. Every time I got a chance to play that guitar, I was like in heaven. I loved that. First of all, I loved the fact that it was a Strat headstock Charvel. Yeah. With the prototype nut on it with the crown head tuning pegs like you have on it now.
Yeah, guitar.
Those are the crown head to the original 1981 Godos.
Yeah.
The polka dot, just the whole thing, 21 fret guitar. Everyone was playing 22 and 24 frets. So, and I always loved vintage Strats. And they only had 21 frets on them. So I was like, man, a 21 fret Charvel, that's like God's guitar. And I just remember always like, dude, whatever, if you ever sell this guitar, please, please, please. And you're like, it's never going anywhere. No, it's never going.
Well, you know what? I was going through a bad time, and I actually did sell it. And then years later, when I finally got my shit together, somebody, the same guy said to me, you know what? He goes, I'm gonna give this back to you. And he goes, this was part of you, you know? Yeah. So
I'm so glad he did.
Yeah, so I'm forever grateful for that. That was awesome. So,
Yeah, and now it's sporting a brand new finish by
CHS Guitars.
There we go.
Yeah. It's a hollow flake.
Yeah, Craig did a great job.
Yeah, man. He really did. He wasn't happy the first time, and he sprayed it.
He does that when he's not happy with something, he'll do it until it's right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this thing is awesome. Yeah.
And a fret job by.
It's going to be. I'm listening to you guys on the broadcast here, and I heard you mention the guy at Sam Ash.
Yes, my friend Larry Fitzgerald.
Harry Fitzgerald. So I called him like the next day, and it's going in on the 10th of March.
Okay.
And he blew my mind. I'm like, so how long? What's the turnaround time? He's like, oh, you have it by Friday. I couldn't believe it. So I'm pretty psyched.
Yeah, he's good like that. He's good like that.
Nice. So wait, so that guitar was
Mhm.
painted like the one that Dave has originally?
Yeah, that's it. First, it was a Bumblebee first, back in
Right. Yeah.
Then I had it painted like that polka dot. Yep.
Was it I'm sorry. Was it an original Bumblebee?
Yeah, original Bumblebee.
One of those original ones?
that they got sued over. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool. So yeah, so from that guitar and that time, you got some other guitars, which you still have them, right? You have the Ibanez and I think that Jackson is the next one or one of the next ones that you got.
Yeah, it might be. That's a good question. Let's see. Now the Ibanez, I've had Ibanez. Those Ibanezes are all long gone, but I have a bunch of new ones. So.
Okay.
Yeah, but the Jackson, this Jackson is.
So that's a soloist.
So
American soloist. I love that. I just love that.
Yeah, USA. And you know what's amazing when we play on the big stages, when the lights hit these things, it's just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And this could see the neck through the body. So I always swore against it. And then we did this show one day, and the guitar was so freaking loud. I can't even tell you how loud it was at Mulcahy's, and it was so loud that I hit a note, and I felt the entire guitar resonating. I guess because of the neck through the body.
It's also just a good guitar,
Yeah, that too. But you just feel it resonates just a little bit different than a bolt-on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the ebony neck, and this beauty. Love this guitar.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So on through the years, you're playing in Van Halen tributes and all kinds of stuff, and then what happens from there?
So I get a phone call driving, and somebody says, "Hey, I'm looking for a guitar player. You want to start this? It's like a band doing 70s, 80s, 90s, cover tunes."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Yeah, sure." And then that band, and I would have done it at the time. Money wasn't really important. I was just doing it for fun, and because I had a day job at the time, I still do. And he's like, "Oh, you're gonna make some good money," and I'm like, "All right." So that was 2002, and I've been playing with the same guy, and now we have 7 bands, and
gotta make the money. Make the money.
Yeah, it's busy. We guess you stay busy. It's good. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, and then from that band, we've started a bunch of different cover bands, depending on what people want. We bring people in and out.
So you're more of a corporate thing.
Yeah, it's like a corporate thing, exactly. Yeah.
So do you play a lot of different artists in every band, or is each band dedicated to a certain?
Right. So one band, it's Jimmy Kenny band. We do like Kenny Chesney, Zach Brown, Jimmy Buffett music. We sprinkle in. We have a girl singer. We sprinkle in some girl tunes like Carrie Underwood and stuff like that. We play a lot. That band plays. That's like our main band. Then we have an Eagles cover band. We have a U2 cover band. We have a Van Halen cover band. We have original band on the side, but we don't play much. What else?
Do you guys dress up as each thing?
No, we don't do that. No, I mean, to the extent like when we play the country stuff, I put a cowboy hat on. That's about it. Yeah, it's more about the music for us instead of dressing up like people. So.
Yep, that's what I like.
Yeah, but like I said, it's part of you as a musician. I'd rather be playing my original stuff, but it's just not a reality. Especially here on Long Island.
Yeah, it's not really the best place for original music. The Joe Rents Project just gave us $10. Good
Joe.
evening, Johnny Beane. Good evening, Johnny and Dave. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Thank you, Joe.
Joe, it's good to see you, man.
Yeah, it's been a long time, Joe. How you been?
Wait a minute. This means he's going live later.
Oh, Lord. That's okay. We'll send everyone over here later.
Let me know if you're going on later, Joe, and we'll send everybody over there. Thank you so much, Joe.
That's awesome. So show us some more guitars. Show us some other stuff.
All right, so this is my main number one. It's Ernie Ball. Now, I saw you guys talking about Ernie Ball the other night. Johnny, you were showing your Ernie Ball, the Van Halen guitar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, their quality, as far as I'm concerned, is just top notch, man. And so this is the John Petrucci model. And what's great about it, it's got piezo pickups. So when we're doing the Zach Brown stuff, I can use the piezo pickup to simulate the acoustic. And then when I need to, play the other stuff, it's got a middle position. It sounds like a telly almost. And, 24 fret, really thin neck, which is my preference. That's about it for that one.
Nice.
Very
And
cool.
that's a US?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
San Luis Obispo? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a JP11. This is a JP12.
So what's the difference between the two?
So this one, the other guitar has an Elder body with mahogany middle, and this is a basswood body with a mahogany middle. The center is mahogany,
right?
And two sides are basswood. So it sounds different, the same specs as the other one. But you know how you play you have all these guitars and you have your number one? Yeah. So that's the other one's the number one. This is like my backup. But I saw the top and I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
Is that a dime bucker or is that a stock pickup?
This is a Crunch Lab. I don't know. Petrucci made pickups back then. He had DiMarzio's, and he had them custom made for what he wanted. They're not high output. They're pretty much low output.
Yeah.
Man.
That's good.
Well, at least half of that is low output. It looks like the top is high and the bottom is low of that bridge pickup.
No, seriously, they're not. That's not like an X2N or anything like that. It's they really gotta plug it into a decent amp. They clean up nicely. So
that's so cool.
It's an XLM. Podcast.
This is the same type of guitar, but thicker neck, and this is a roasted maple.
Oh wow, that's nice and dark. Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah, and this is great. We play a lot of outdoor shows in the summertime, and when you play,
hands don't stick to the neck.
Yeah, the neck. It's like the other guitars, they just go out of tune a little bit. This does not go out of tune at all with this neck. It's great outside guitar. The same thing with the piezos and the.
Is that a purple one? What color is that?
Blue.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
there you go. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Looks like a quilt maple top.
It's a quilted top. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful guitar.
Nice.
Now I see what looks to be a 7-string to your right.
To my right.
The yellow guitar. What's the yellow Ibanez right there?
This, yeah. So.
It's a 6-string. Okay.
Yeah. So when I'm playing like the more of the shreds, like when the Van Halen band, I need a thin neck. I really like a thin neck.
Yeah.
And these are like super thin. So I got a few Ibanez's for that.
What color is that? That's gorgeous.
This is like an antique white.
It's a beautiful guitar.
Yeah, this is an awesome guitar. And I put I don't know if you're probably not going to see that. I put a trem stopper in there. See it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it only goes down. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I don't use on these guitars, obviously I can't put a detuner on it. So what I do, and I do it on the Chauvel also, is I just tune my low E string. with this backed out all the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got it switched, go to the next song, I just turn this until it's in tune, and that's it. I don't have to worry about the unlocking the nut and stuff.
Yeah, that's great.
Which brings me to this one. Now I got.
There's more.
Yeah, I heard you.
Yeah.
I am Dave's friend.
I learned from the best.
So, I heard you getting it with the new Ibanez. When are you getting that, Dave?
The black and green swirl.
No, the new model, the Pia. Heard you
The Pia. Yeah, that's coming out. I don't know. Whenever it comes out, I'll get it. I have a green one on order.
Cool. Now you've heard. I was watching a video with Vi, and he said that that if you look at his guitar, he's moving the volume knobs a little further away.
Yes.
Because he was hitting it with his pinky, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I got these guitars, I bought like 3 Ibanez's last year for this stupid gig I'm doing. I noticed that I kept hitting the volume knob because it's actually here.
Yes.
Closer to this. And for the life of me, I mean, it's like I'd be doing a solo and like, I'm the one or something, and my pinky kept hitting the knob and I just couldn't deal with it anymore. So I was looking for solutions online and getting a different pick guard, and then one day I just said, you know what, I can't take it anymore. So I took a drill, I drilled it here, moved the volume knob down, and now it's not in the way. But I was on the Ibanez forum over there, and people are talking about that same thing, and they're like, hey, you know what? Change your style, learn how to play. You shouldn't be hitting it with your pinky. And I'm like, yeah, what do you mean? And
that makes absolutely no sense at all.
Yeah,
Change your style.
I'm doubting myself at that point. I'm like, do I want to ruin the guitar? But you know what? These guitars are coming with me. But if you look at Nuno's guitar, his freaking volume knob is all the way down here.
Yeah.
It's all the way.
Yeah, it's really out of the way. Yeah.
Really out of the way. Yeah. So I didn't feel bad after that. And then especially after I saw Vi say that he moved it because of the it kept hitting it. So this one's like a purple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a great guitar.
Yeah.
So what is that? That's a 550 Genesis. Is that what that is?
This is it's a gem. It's a 655.
Okay.
Gem. Yeah, it's awesome. And I bought it used on Reverb. It was like spanking new. I mean, brand new. The guy never played it, And then what I do is I put these on all my guitars.
Yep. I got the same things on these things. Most of my guitars. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Cool. Yeah, so 2 Ibanez's like that. I moved the volume knobs. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this one.
Well, I have an idea.
What I did do before I drilled the hole, I just took the tone knob out, stuffed it in the cavity, moved the volume knob there.
Or you could drill a hole between those 2 knobs.
Right.
Put your volume knob in the new hole.
Right.
And put a kill switch in the hole next to the pickup.
That's not a bad idea.
Because it's going to be out of the way. It's going to be low, to the body, so you won't hit it.
And you know what? So a lot of people doing these days is they're putting that switch. What's it called? A blow switch.
Oh, a blower switch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do that. Yeah. That's a good idea, Dave. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Very cool.
I got a million of them.
And then, so.
Yes. Tell us the story about the Telecaster.
So finally.
What's that one?
So, yeah, this is a Tele. So since I like the really thin necks, right? I've been looking for a Tele since we started the country band 8 years ago, and I could never find a Tele with a thin neck. And I know everybody's like, part of the sound is the neck and whatever. So finally, I was telling Dave, I'm driving my car one day, and Walmart sent me an email, Walmart Guitars, and it said, we're making hollow flake guitars, which is my favorite. Order yours today. So I while I'm driving, I ordered the body, and then I'm like, what the hell am I going to do for a neck? And I saw that they sell necks and everything else. So I bought a neck, the body. I was telling Dave these are Kinman pickups.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a Callahan bridge. And I slapped it together. I didn't know what to expect. And the thing is absolutely awesome. It's got the cutaway here. The what's that called, Dave?
It's like it's an arm cutaway. Yeah, it's
the belly cutaway. Yep. And it's got see that's over here. It's on the neck. It's got this. This is all.
Oh yeah, so you can get in there actually and play up top.
Yeah.
I also like I like the adjustment right there on the side as well.
It's awesome. I'll tell you. And once you do it, that's it. It's and I got stainless steel frets put on it. Now are Tellys top heavy, Dave?
They shouldn't be. They should be pretty balanced.
Yeah, because I think I bought these tuners. So these are shallower.
Those are locking tuners?
Yeah, and I think
they're heavy.
They might be a little heavy for the guitar. Yeah, I might have to take those out.
I also see you're using a DiMarzio clip lock strap
on all my guitars. All my guitars.
Yeah, that's that might be another reason why it's a little neck heavy, because those nylon straps, they slip and slide on your shoulder.
Yeah, all my other guitars have. It's the only one that's a little top heavy. I'm thinking it's the tuners. But yeah, because I used to use normal straps, and I dropped one guitar one day, and I was like, that's it. I got to get it again. We do so many, I'm switching 3 or 4 guitars during a gig at a time, quick switches between songs, and I can't have a guitar strap fail,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, get the guitar, I put it together, amazed, it's awesome. Doesn't have a whammy bar though, and I'm playing it, and now you can try this at home, anybody that's listening. I don't know if you guys know about this, but so down here is obviously the treble pickup, right? That's fine, right? Middle, I have these two, and then that's the neck, right? So one day I'm playing the guitar, and I'm doing harmonics right here, I think it's this fret. Yeah, it's this fret. All right? And on the treble pickup, sounds great. On the neck pickup, you hear harmonics. But if you put it on the middle, let me just double check. Hold on a second, guys. I don't want to say something that's not right. Give me 1 second. I'm messing up the mojo, sorry.
That's okay.
1 second.
Well, I'll just we're a podcast.
It'll pay off. It'll pay off.
Make sure to listen to us on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, and we're currently live on Periscope right now. On Twitter, at Johnny Beane on Twitter. You can join us over there. And if you're watching this on Periscope, leave us some hearts. You know how YouTube has the thumbs ups?
Yeah.
Periscope has hearts. So you guys, if you watch the Periscope, you can actually tap the screen. Here, I'll show you guys real quick. Let me log in. Okay. There we are. It says we have one person watching us over there.
Oh, that's working out really well.
That might be me. But yeah, what you can do, I'll show you guys this real quick. If you're not familiar with Periscope, you can watch it on your phone.
Wow, cool.
Looks just like that. And then if you tap the screen, it leaves little hearts. And those hearts add up on the video. And so the person who does the most hearts, it'll show like their username and like how many hearts they left.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool.
So, yeah.
What does it mean money-wise?
Huh?
Nothing.
No, Periscope is cool. If actually a couple years ago, before YouTube did the live streaming thing from mobile, I used to go live on Periscope, like for gigs.
Mhm.
You know. So actually, if you go to my Periscope, it's at Johnny Beane. You'll actually see some live footage over there.
Cool.
Yeah. So what was it? Harmonics?
So here we
Okay.
go. So again, it's my first telly. Never had a telly before, and so I'm playing the stupid thing. And treble position's great. This position, 2 pickups is great. But if you put it on the neck pickup and hit a harmonic here, you don't hear anything. It's
Right.
like it's muted.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know that, So here I am because I just put it together, and I'm like, I put it together wrong. We were on vacation in Pennsylvania. I bought the guitar with me, brought it to a music store, and I didn't know about that. So I said, just make sure all the wiring's right. I soldered it correctly. He's like, yeah. And I bring it home, and it's doing the same thing. And so for months, I'm like struggling with that, going, what am I doing wrong? I think it's the pickup's backwards. I didn't know what the hell was going on. And so finally I saw online that that's an inherent problem on any telly. If you try to hit a harmonic here with this neck pickup, you don't hear it's
very dull.
It's a muted sound, a totally muted sound, and it's on strats also, which I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're just they don't react the same.
Well, it's because the pickup is further. The pickup is further away from the bridge.
I think they said it's exactly where the harmonic is. It's exactly the wrong distance on the telly strat. Yeah, but that drove me crazy. So that's my story with the telly.
It's very funny.
Mm-hmm. I know what you're talking about because I've played tellies for years as well.
Yeah,
and I know exactly what you're saying.
but I tell you, I wasted figuring that out. Is could have searched on Google.
Well, if you use enough overdrive, you can squeeze some harmonics out of that.
Yeah, it's true.
But it sounds like you're playing through a huge jet plane engine, though.
Yeah.
Right, Siri? Oh, crap.
What's the story with that guitar, Dave?
All right, so this guitar, when I was 16, maybe even 15, my mom would drive me to the local Sam Ash, which at that time was in Hempstead, New York.
Yeah,
while she would go shopping at A&S across the street.
that's it.
Those of you that don't know what A&S is, Abraham and Strauss. And I'd be at Sam Ash all day because my mom would go shopping all day. And I was a good boy, I never really bothered anyone. All the salespeople liked me. They they put me in a corner where the rack was because at the time it was all about racks. I played very low. I would play the guitars and they'd let me play whatever guitar I wanted. And one day I go there on a Saturday morning and this guitar is hanging up really high. And I'm like, oh my God, it's a Kramer Beretta. Oh my God. And it's got a graphic on it. I love it. I love it. I love it. They wouldn't let anyone touch it. It was like, no, we just got this guitar in. I can't let you, they didn't let me play it. So I was like, okay, I understand. So I'm waiting there all day and my mom picks me up like, I don't know what time. And I said, Mom, can we come back next week? There's a guitar there I want to show you. I would really love you to see it. It's really cool. It's got this graphic of the Statue of Liberty and fireworks all over it. And it's just a cool guitar. She's like, all right. So the next week comes and she takes me over there and she takes one look at it and says, you got to have this guitar. So she bought it for me right then and there.
Wow.
And I had it for through the last of high school and through college. And then I sold it. I shouldn't have sold it, but I did sell it. I guess in the mid 90s or so. And I just got it back today.
Wow.
And I'm so happy to have this back in my life. It's a 1986 Kramer Beretta with a Dennis Klein graphic.
Is it the same one?
Yeah.
Who is
Yeah,
that?
it is. I'm sorry?
Is that the
sorry?
same guitar that you owned?
It's the same guitar, yeah.
The exact same guitar.
Same guitar. Yeah.
How did you get it back? You knew the guy still?
No. My friend Chad, who owns one of these, he bought one a few weeks ago, and he saw it on Reverb, and he just beat me to the punch. Like I look at Reverb every once in a while, like every couple days, but he looks at Reverb all day, every day.
Wow.
And he's a great guitar collector. First of all, he's a great, amazing guitar player, but he's also a great guitar collector. He's got 80 guitars or something like that. So he calls me up and says, "Look what I just got," and he got one of these. And I was like, "You bastard! That's like I gotta find one. I gotta find one." And I told him the story on how I used to own one. So he calls me the other day and says, "Guess what I found?" I'm like, "I don't know." I'm like, not even thinking about it. He says, "I found another Liberty Kramer." I'm like, "You got to be kidding me." He says, "Yeah, I'm going to give you the guy's information. Get in touch with him. He's looking to sell it. He wants to sell it now." So, okay, no problem. So I got in touch with him, and it took a few days to get everything straight between the two of us. Because the guy works like 15 hours a day. It's very hard for him to ship guitars. So he had to take half a day off to ship his guitar anyway. But anyway, so I wasn't sure it was my guitar the whole time until I got the guitar today. And in the case, which is put away right now, was a red Dave Nesdal guitar pick.
Yes, sir. Oh God! What are the chances of that? Wow.
So there it is. There it is.
Wow.
Where's the pick?
It's in the case. I left it in the case just for prosperity.
Now, did he tell you the story behind it? How he came about it, or
no? We didn't talk much at all. It was very hard for us to get in contact with each other because when he was off, I was either asleep or I was somewhere. And during the day when I'm like, "Did you ship my guitar?" and he wouldn't answer me. He didn't answer me until like 9 o'clock because he works a ton of hours and couldn't. I didn't understand. I didn't realize that he wasn't allowed to answer his phone while he was at work. So I'm like, this is never going to happen. It's never going to. And I had sent him the money. I had PayPal'd him the money. I'm like, I'm just going to ask for my money back. And then like 2 days ago, he says, I'm just about to ship your guitar. I'm like, okay, can you do me a favor? I'll pay extra. Can you ship it next day or 2 days? He said, you already paid for the 2 days. You're going to get it on Friday. I'm like, okay, great. So yeah, I got it today. And all night last night, I got very little sleep. I was checking the tracking. Where is it? Finally, it said it was in Denver, Colorado, like the whole day yesterday. And at midnight last night, it got to Metro New York, and I'm like, okay, I'm not getting it till Saturday, because I didn't think I was gonna. But this morning it says out for delivery, and I was like so excited to get this guitar.
That's an awesome guitar.
So yeah, it still has everything, all the original parts on it. The only thing non-original is the back plate. This is changed, but I don't care.
And
I don't care.
They took care of it wherever it's been. It's been.
It looks like it's in good condition, and it is. But for a 35-year-old plus guitar, exactly. it's kind of cloudy. Like the clear coat is cloudy a little bit. But I don't care. I wanted this guitar back so badly, and for years I was kicking myself in the ass for selling it.
Wait a minute. There's something weird about this. First of all, hey Janice. Janice is watching us on Periscope. Leave us some hearts, Janice. Tap your screen a bunch of times. So that was your guitar you said when you were in high school?
Yes.
That exact guitar was yours?
Yeah. And
you said there was a red David Nesdal guitar pick in the case?
Yes. So
that was your pick from high school?
Yeah. I have a picture of me playing this guitar. It had picks all over here. They were red Dave Nesdal picks. I showed you the other day.
So they were custom picks?
They were well, they were printed Dave Nesdahl. They weren't my signature. They just said, in print.
Okay.
But yes, they were custom.
So
Hang on.
so the previous guy who had that guitar, how long did he own that guitar?
I have no idea. Oh, like I said, we didn't discuss it much, but
Where was he located?
in Colorado.
The guy you bought it from, but the guy you sold it to. The guy you sold it
Oh,
to.
I don't know. I sold it to a store, and then it just made its way around the country, I guess.
Wow.
So wait a
Yeah.
minute. Well, first let's take care of this. Poo-wee. Your butt makes noises? Hey, man. Like this?
Wow.
We'll give you
And
2 of those.
That's so funny.
There you go. And Pal Guitars, man. Thank you, Pal Guitars. Great to see you as well, man. Thank you so much. So, but this is weird though. So, didn't the guy? The guy had your guitar pick in the case all those years,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's kind of
What-
weird, right?
I mean, wouldn't he have seen the pick? Like, first of all, it's kind of weird that he kept it in there, but wouldn't he have known that name because it was on there?
I suppose, I just, like I said, we didn't really talk much. He was, it was all business. He was
He
like,
was
"Yeah,
too
I
much
got the
in
guitar."
shock that the guy's name on the pick found him because the guitar was probably stolen along the way.
He was
somewhere.
spooked out.
And he's like, "Wait a minute, they found me. I don't know how they found me. Run for it, Marty."
Yeah.
He's probably in shock. He's like, because that's weird.
It's crazy.
And
It's
I don't
crazy.
know. I mean, if that happened to me, I'd be asking the guy, like, "Where'd you get this guitar? How long have you had it?"
Well, the reason why I didn't really ask too many questions and I didn't contact him too many times is because, like I said, I didn't think this deal was going to go down, and the whole time I was like, this guy, I was a little upset with him because I didn't realize that he worked the hours he worked, and I didn't realize he couldn't answer the phone. I thought he was a scammer. I thought the whole thing was a scam, and I thought I'm out this money. I'm never going to see this money.
Wait, why'd you think it was a scam?
Well,
Because he didn't reply back to you. till
Right.
late.
Well, first of all, I sent it to him, friends and family. Sent the money to him, friends and family, and he said he wasn't going to ship the guitar because when you send stuff, friends and family, your address on PayPal doesn't show up. Said he was only going to send it to the address that PayPal is on. So that only shows up when you send it for goods and services. And I figured I was doing him a favor by sending it to him, friends and family. This way, they didn't take PayPal doesn't take their cut, and he gets his whole money. And he's like, "Well, how do I know
you were going to scam him?"
How did I? Yeah, he was like, "How do I know you're not scamming me?" I'm like, "Because you got my money. How you got all the money?
How come he never?
You?
How come he never knew your name? If your name was on that guitar pick all those years,
I have no idea.
Maybe he never played the guitar. Maybe it was just like a.
Well, yes, this was he has. I think he said he has all of the Klein graphics, and he's starting to sell them off because he's building a house. So he's starting to sell them off. He's got another one on there on Reverb now of a fly. It's a fly graphic.
Right.
Like a big green fly. It's a beautiful guitar, but when I found out he was selling this, I was like, I told me, I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't care. I'll take it.
That is just, it's got to be a 1 in a million shot. That
I know. I know. A meteor is going to crash through my house tomorrow. I know it. I know it.
Well, let's stay live and let's watch it.
Yeah. Thanks, Johnny. Appreciate it. So here's my old guitar, and is
that a floating bridge or is it a?
It's floating, and I have a lot of guitars that don't float, but
right.
I'm beginning to like floating bridges again.
Yeah.
There's just I'm not always playing Van Halen licks, and I like to. I like. To,
yeah, you are.
I like to do that. I like doing that. I don't break strings too often, so it doesn't have to be on the deck all the time.
Right.
But my last 3 guitars, actually my last 4 guitars have floating bridges. I have a Louis. I don't know if you've seen my Charvel, it's a 160-year-old pine, reclaimed pine.
The one that Fitzgerald refretted for you?
No, that's a 1983 ESP, which is
okay.
very much like your Charvel.
Right.
I'll show that to you in a minute.
Okay.
But I have a it's pine. It's made out of pine. There's no paint on it. The neck on the. You know what? I'll show it to you guys. Hang on a second. Let me go get it. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
I want to see that pic.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. I'll show it to you next time.
That's what I want to see. Okay, he can't hear us now. I don't know why he's not more freaked out about the whole thing.
I'd be freaking out. I'd be calling the guy going, listen. I'd try to backtrack where he got it from and stuff.
Yeah, it all sounds kind of weird to me. Kind of strange. And hey, Sandra and Janice, thanks for watching over on Periscope. Make sure you guys double tap the screen. Get a bunch of hearts going. We'll see who gets the most.
Wow, nice guitar. Cool.
So this is also a roasted neck.
Nice. Sure, where'd you get the neck?
This came on the body.
Oh, it's a
real Charvel, yeah.
Oh, one of the latest ones?
Yeah, it's I think 2010. I think this came out.
Cool.
I spy a hex hider.
Yeah, there's a hex hider. fu-tone.com.
Nice. Hey, what happened to Guthrie Govan Charvel?
I sold it. I sold it a while. Yeah, I sold it a while ago. It's a beautiful guitar. Don't get me wrong. But on some certain guitars, I don't like 24 frets. On that one, it didn't agree with me.
Really? Okay.
It just didn't agree with me. The pickups seemed like they were too close together.
Really?
And I didn't like the in-between sounds. They didn't sound like a Strat to me, Right. He has his own wiring. And for him, it works great. But I like the 2 and 4. If I have a 5-way blade, right, I want to have the 2 and 4 position sound like a Strat.
Right. Yeah.
And it didn't. So
how was the neck on that?
This is just like yours. It's an R3, very thin.
Right.
Yeah, you'd love this guitar. This guitar would be in your arsenal if you played it.
Cool, man.
Yeah. In fact, the ESP is the same way. It's very, very, very flat, wide from E to E and flat.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's this guitar. This is reclaimed pine. It's 160-year-old wood from a building in Brooklyn.
Wow. So it's definitely got a very dense sound, right? Is it bright?
No. Here, let's see. Hang on a second.
Because I know on my roasted maple neck, that guitar is definitely brighter than my other guitars. Snappier, I should say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's maple, so yeah.
Yeah. And what kind of pickups in that?
They are Duncans. I believe the bridge is a JB, and the neck I think is a Jazz.
Cool. I love the JB, man. I
have JBs in most of my guitars.
Yeah, that's my favorite pickup, man.
Yeah, and this is a floating Floyd.
Oh, cool.
It flutters like crazy. Crazy.
Nice. And 9s or 10s?
I use 9s on everything with a Floyd Rose, and everything else I use 10s or 11s.
Yeah. What strings are you using these days?
I go between Ernie Balls and D'Addario's.
Right.
But for a while I was using GHS Boomers.
Right.
Because quite frankly I was getting them for free. But and now I'm not, so I'm using, whatever, Ernie Balls or D'Addario's. They're both the same to me.
Yeah. I used the Ernie Ball titanium.
Uh-huh.
And I'll show you. So it's these.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, I got to try those.
Yeah, they last really long time. I mean, I got to change for big shows. I got to change strings. If it's a big show, I got to put new strings on anyway. But
yeah, absolutely. I know what you mean.
In the summer, these tend to hold up really well. I tried the Paradigm, Ernie Ball Paradigm, and I didn't like the tone, and the strings were breaking compared to these. So
here's the other.
Nice.
Now this is not a roasted neck. This is just
plain. Wear and
it's
tear.
Played forever.
Wow. That is sweet.
Yeah, this guitar also just sounds killer. And this is my E-flat guitar.
Awesome.
Yeah. And now these are also old Duncans. I believe the bridge is a JB. I'm not sure what the neck is. It just the only reason I say I believe it's a JB is because it sounds like a JB.
Right.
But I don't know. I never took the pickups out, so I don't know what they are.
Cool.
Yeah, I really dig this guitar. It's also thin from front to back, but actually this is an R2 nut. This is 1 5/8. But since it's flat, it still feels wide.
Right.
So it's really, really good. It's killer.
Nice.
Yeah, it's cool. I think I think this is my favorite guitar. I think it is.
At least you just got that other one back.
Well, I know I did, but And then, did you see the Paul Reed Smith? Did I show you the Paul Reed Smith? Did you see that yet?
I saw it briefly the other night. Yeah. Now, how are their necks in general? Are they like thin necks?
They make them several ways. They make them different ways. They do make a wide thin, which is what this is,
right?
And they make a wide fat.
But when you say wide thin, are you saying like an Ibanez wide thin?
Yes, wide from
right
from and then thin from front to back.
As thin as an Ibanez?
No. This is more like an Ernie Ball.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
This is more like. Have you ever played an Ernie Ball, Eddie Van Halen?
Yes.
No. That's what. Shut up. This is what this feels like.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. Yeah, I'm very serious. It feels like this. Feels like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
They have some incredible tops, man. Yeah, that's awesome.
And green is my favorite color, so I love green guitars.
That's awesome.
And I've never really seen Floyd Roses on Paul Reed Smiths before.
Right.
And then our buddy Pete, who watches the show and comes on every once in a while, he just got one of these. And his is charcoal colored, and his has an ebony fretboard. But he brought it over, and I was like, man, this guitar, I'm playing it, and the guitar is fantastic. It feels great. It's like I never thought I'd like a Paul Reed Smith.
Yeah.
But it was a beautiful guitar, gorgeous looking, and it felt great. Felt like a really, like I've been playing it for a long time. So I've been trying to sell my Steinberger. And as I'm playing his guitar, I get a ding on my, on my phone, and I look, and it's someone asking a question about my Steinberger. So I'm like, oh, I can look at that. So he says, I'm really interested in your guitar. Would you be interested in trades? So I contacted him. I said, well, I don't know. What do you have? He says, well, I have a Bizarre on Reverb. Check out some of the stuff. And the very first guitar that comes up is this one. So I was like, okay, I'll be interested for your PRS and some money.
Right.
And we ended up making a deal. So we made a deal, and he's super happy. He actually called me today saying he loves that Steinberger. Thank you so much. And he asked how I was doing with this, and I said I'm in love. So it worked out for both of us.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Hey, how good did that Steinberger work? That was the one.
Perfectly. Yeah, the trans trem works amazingly. It's just that for me personally, I played it for a total of 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Every week, maybe.
Yeah.
And even so, and it's like, well, okay, I you play your 2 or 3 Van Halen songs that has a trans trem on it, and then you put the guitar away. And for $6,000, I thought there was a lot better things I could do with $6,000 than have that guitar.
It's funny because we the Van Halen cover band we putting songs together, and that song came up, Summer Nights, and I'm like, and I had forgotten that he used the trans trem on it. I'm trying to learn the stupid song, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And then
it's almost impossible without the trans. Yeah.
Well, I realized it. So then what I do is with the Axe effects I had, it's got a capo feature, and I just switch the tuning of the guitar 3 times, and then we're able to do the song.
That's amazing.
Yeah, because I would tell you, I was this close to tracking one of those down, but they are.
that would have been expensive guitar for one song.
For one song, yeah. I'm like, nah, there's got to be a better way. So, yeah.
Now, if it was a $6,000 guitar that I play every day, all day, I'm in. Right. I'll buy a 6,000. I've bought plenty of those, but for a guitar that, I'm not using, and I'm looking at it. Well, that's a cool little guitar. Maybe I can pick my teeth with it.
Yeah,
but no, it's
can't even sit down with it, can you?
Yeah, no. Oh, you can because it has a kickstand
thing on it. Right.
A kickstand.
Right. Cool.
Blank Palette 2 says for $6,000 it has to be mint original, not refurbished. Well, let me tell you this. It was mint and almost and looked like it was in brand new condition. Refurbished just meant that it was cleaned up. The trans trem was reworked. It looked like a brand new guitar, and it's not like a regular piece of wood. It's a graphite composite thing. They don't really get, you can't, there's really not much to change on that to refurbish it. It's just, it had a fret job on it. It looked brand new. That's all.
All right.
Metal Soda asked if I've ever owned a Pensa guitar. I've never owned a Pensa Sur, but I've owned plenty Sur guitars. I've always wanted an old Pensa Sur like the old Knopfler guitar. Never got one.
Yeah, I have a Sur in the other room. Great guitar. I sold 3 guitars to get it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so nice. Like,
you don't want to touch it.
It's not even that. It's the neck. The neck it's not really, because I custom ordered it, and because you can't play what you want to order, whatever. So
yeah, I know.
Neck,
I know what you mean.
You know what you mean? You know what I mean? So the neck it's a nice neck, but it's not what I'm used to, like the thin neck.
Yeah.
So it's great for the studio when we record in the studio and stuff.
Sure.
So
Renus Pinkle says, how do you get the Seymour Duncan logo off the pickups? Very lightly with steel wool, quadruple O steel wool. Just go over it very lightly so you don't actually scratch the bobbins. It just takes the logo off.
Cool.
And Cameron Brown says he thinks I should get another Sur. I think as soon as they give me one, I'll get one. But I'm extremely happy with the guitars I've gotten in the last couple weeks. Just all real good stuff.
Yeah, you've been on a tear.
I know. I got to stop. And there are a couple more that I'm looking to get, but I think I have to stop. Like you said, there's a Paul Reed Smith, David Grissom in green at a store in South Carolina that I'm dying to get. It's just gorgeous. But I'm thinking maybe one Paul Reed Smith is enough. I'm playing this one. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine with this. Oh, I'm out of tune. I gotta fix that. So anyway, what's next for you? Johnny will be right back.
Oh, okay. Right now we're just in like I guess you can call it like pre-production for the season coming up. We have I don't know 40 shows already booked.
Yeah.
From here to the summer. That with one band, and just filling up the calendar with that. And so we got rehearsals coming up, and we don't rehearse much because we play so much.
Right.
But a couple of rehearsals, and then off we go. Come like springtime, it's 3 or 4 a week. So
that's good.
That's
playing that many
good.
shows. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing, And we get decent pay, so the wives aren't
Yeah, they're not yelling at you for being out all night.
Yeah.
Right, I get that. So let's see what else people are saying in the chat. Headstock Harem says DGT PRSs are sweet. They certainly are. And the one I was looking at is a wood library. It's really, really. You know what? I'll show a picture. How about I show a picture of the guitar? And this is a podcast, so I'm going to try to keep talking. Anyway, this is the guitar.
Oh, that's sweet.
Wow. It looks crazy, right?
That is crazy, yeah. It'll complement the other one you got.
Yeah, we'll see. BC Rich 581 says, Sirs are really great, but they're heavier than I had thought that they'd be, but really out of my price range. Yeah, they're expensive guitars, but they're really good.
Yeah, it is a heavy guitar. Definitely a heavy guitar. It's like Les Paul heavy, the one I got. What did I get? A mahogany body, maple top.
Oh, yeah.
With a mahogany neck, ebony fretboard. Floyd Rose.
Nice.
And, it's heavy duty.
Yeah, that's cool. Sorry. So do you do any upgrades on your Floyds? Do you use the like the big brass block and all the
Yeah, I was talking to Craig about that. I was gonna do that with the 1984, this one. And
yep.
So now you mean the block, the inside, the inserts and stuff?
Well, yeah, like I have them all on this guitar.
Right.
Titanium, and it's all
what kind of difference does that do? Look at my block. So they make a big block?
Yeah, you have the big brass block. That actually makes a big difference in those guitars. It gives you much more sustain. I have.
When I plugged it in, it was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I have those in most of my guitars, but the titanium inserts, they don't necessarily change the tone, but those little pot metal ones that are in the ones like you have, they break. Right. They break after a while. You over tighten, they break. These titanium ones don't break.
Does it change the sound at all?
Some people say yes, some people say no. If it does, it does it very minimal.
Right.
To my ears. But if it does change it does change it for the better.
Right.
But I mean, and I think it just dresses up that Floyd a little nicer. It makes it look a little nicer. But I think as long as you have that brass block on the guitar, you're good.
Yeah, because I was talking to Craig and he's like, "Do you want the upgrade?" I said, "I don't know if I don't even know what the benefits are, So.
Well, you should come over here and check them out. You can hear it for yourself.
Yeah, I will. We'll do that. We'll hang out. Yep, definitely.
Aren't you guys you're 15 minutes away from each other, right?
Yeah, but life gets in the way, Johnny.
Yes.
Life definitely gets in the way. So, all right. So tell us about your dog. We're dog lovers here.
Oh. Let's see where he is. I don't know if you can see him.
He's on the couch. He's hidden on the couch.
here, over here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Over here. Come on, look. Come here, look. Come here.
Is he a lab?
He's a lab shepherd mix. Yeah, come here. Over here. Come on. Come on. Say hi. Say hi.
Oh, I see him.
Say hi. Oh, where is he? Over here. Look, right here. Come here.
Like nope.
He's afraid.
Away.
Too many guitars over here. Come here.
He looks like he reminds me of my Brandy. I have a lab pitbull mix.
There he is.
Yeah.
Say hi, look. Say
beautiful.
hi, look. Yeah, he's a rescue.
Mm-hmm.
And I got him when he was a year old. And he was actually, I had a lab before him for 14 years. He passed away. And I'm like, I need another dog, blah, blah, blah. And North Shore Animal League, Dave by us.
Sure.
They were having an adopt-a-thon, 72-hour adopt-a-thon, and I had signed up to get a puppy, and I couldn't find a healthy puppy. And one night after a gig, they were having 72-hour marathon. I'm like, let me go 2 a.m. and see if there's any dogs there. So drove down there, walked around. On my way out, his back was to one of the cages, and I said, "Who's this guy?" He jumped up. He kissed me on the face, and I took him. They have a little corral there. You walk the dog around.
Sure.
Mind you, it's 2 a.m. It's like I'm like the only person there. He was a year old, really skinny, and I said, "What's his story?" And they said, "We got him out of a kill shelter this morning, and we don't know why, but a lot of people looked at him today. Nobody took him home." And I said, "That's it," and I took him home that night.
That's awesome.
That was 12 years ago. So he's 13 now. And
how's his hind legs?
He's great. Yeah, when I first got him, I took him to get checked out, and the doctor said, I said, check him out, tell me, what his if he's healthy or not. And he's like, yeah, he's great. He's got great hind legs, I guess, because of the mixture of the shepherd and the lab.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's totally, knock on wood, totally healthy. Jumps around. We give him fish oil additive in his food.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he's a blessing, So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Yeah, he doesn't bark. He's like good with kids, good with dogs, good with cats.
That's the lab. That's the lab in him.
Yeah, and it's cool because he's got the lab part, which is that awesome.
Docile.
But then he's got the German Shepherd part, which is very focused. So when I take him for a walk every night, if there's like anything out of place on the block, he's got to stop and say, "Hey, what the hell's that?"
Mm-hmm.
So he's very focused, like a lab. And yeah,
cool.
That's him. Yeah, he's great.
Very cool.
You have a lab too, right?
Yeah, it's a lab pit bull mix, and she's 12. She's 12 as well, and I love her to death. Her name is Brandy. She's in her bed. She knows I'm talking about her.
Cool.
Yeah, she's great. And I have a Chihuahua that you've probably seen on the show. I always have her. I guess she's in with Desiree right now, but she's also amazing. Great
Cool.
little dog. But yeah, that's it on this end, man. It's great to see you. Great to talk to you. And I'm so glad that you're doing really well and that you're keeping busy playing music and that you're successful. It's so awesome to see that.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for having me on too.
Oh, it's our pleasure. It's really a good time. Anything else you want to show us? You got anything else? You want to show us that John Suhr guitar, or is that out of the like?
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
What do I do? I just
come, just go get it, and we'll put the thing on you in a second.
Okay. Get it.
Johnny, you around? Anyway, so let's see what other people have to say here. This is a podcast, so
Yeah, podcast.
there you are.
Yeah. Nah, it got crazy over here all of a sudden.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Okay.
All right.
What's that?
So
Oh, we need. Yeah, there we go. There it is.
that's a Sir. I just banged it. It's great.
Oh boy. It's a Sir Modern, and it looks like a purple flame top or a blue flame top or quilt top.
It's blue.
Another beautiful guitar.
Yeah.
Now, does that guitar have the blower switch in it?
No, it doesn't. No, because I custom ordered it, and I didn't. I thought about getting it, and then I'm like, I don't know if I'm really gonna use it that much.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got the push pull on the tone knob.
Mm-hmm.
It makes all these. Let me think about that. It's been a while since I played it. This is normal. That's 5 position, and this splits everything. They all become single coil here.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, everything on here is single coil when it's up. And yeah, this thing it's a beast. That's the neck.
Beautiful guitar. Yeah, those things are incredible.
Like I said, I sold 3 guitars to fund it.
Mm-hmm.
You know the deal.
I certainly do.
Yeah,
I'm selling 2 guitars just to pay for that Statue of Liberty guitar.
yeah. You sell a lot of stuff on Reverb?
I don't actually. I try selling stuff on Facebook, and I also try selling stuff to friends. So it's just easier, so that's all in the family.
Right, that's cool because I've been looking at people play games on Reverb, right?
Yeah. I don't really trust too many people.
Because I've been watching this guitar for like, I don't know, a couple of months now, and the guy's constantly changing the price. I don't know what that's like.
So what guitar is it?
It's an Ernie Ball JP12. But it's like a silver sparkle that changes colors when the light hits it.
Right.
I think it'd be good for the stage. But yeah, one day he has it like 2,700, then the next day it's 22. And then I offered him like, I don't know, 17. He was selling it for 19 and he denied it. And then like the next day it's back up to 27. So I don't know what kind of games that is.
Right. I hear you. Renus Pinkle says, is that a Sterling guitar hanging on the wall or an OLP? Nope. These 2 Ernie Balls are real Music Man guitars. And so is this one. That is the Luke that I keep getting made fun of. But these are real Ernie Balls.
How do you like the OLP?
Well, I've never played one, to tell you the truth.
I know you don't like the Sterling.
No. No. I have to watch what I say because people get so like butthurt when I say I don't like something and they own it. I'm like, listen, everyone has an opinion. I like what I like, So I got to kind of be careful what I say.
Here's another Ernie Ball.
Is that a 16? Nope, that's not. Oh, look at that. That's a Majesty?
Yeah, and it flips colors. I don't know if you can see it. It'll turn green. It'll turn blue when the light hits it. But obviously it's not working now. So I'm trying to make it work.
Now you've probably heard me say I don't like that guitar.
Yes, I have. That's why.
Should I show it to Nesdal or not? No, I just don't like that body shape.
Yeah. I'm not crazy about the body shape, but I'll tell you right now, the neck access.
Yeah.
When you're up, because this ends right here at the 24th fret.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. Yeah, you're right.
It's totally when you need access up there. Like for the original band, we used this to record because I needed to get up high on the frets, and yeah, it's definitely a weird shape, right?
It's definitely something.
And it's got it's got a 20 dB boost, which is just over the top.
Uh-huh.
Do you have an Eric Clapton Strat with the boost?
I've owned a lot of them. I don't have any right now, but
Right.
I've probably owned about 6 or 7 of them.
Are
They're cool. They're cool for a while. And
Right.
then I listened to what a real Strat sounds like
right.
with just regular, passive pickups. And I'm like, all of a sudden the Clapton guitar doesn't sound good to me anymore.
Really?
So then I sell it.
Right.
But the guitar as a guitar feels fantastic, and they play great. And if you don't listen to what a real Strat sounds like if you don't listen to Stevie Ray Vaughan or you don't listen to David Gilmour, then you are right.
Right.
But if you listen to like what a real Strat sounds like, and what a guy that really knows how to play a real Strat sounds like,
Yeah.
the Clapton Strat's like, I don't know, dude. I just don't know.
Yeah, I saw I saw one in the store one day, and I picked it up, and I'm like, oh, this feels nice. And then I hit that boost, and I'm like, wow. I could not believe how loud it was.
You don't need a distortion box, and there's no box needed.
You don't.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That's funny because you mentioned Gilmour, and I was reading back in the day he did this interview, Gear thing, and he's talking about what he was using at the time, and to get his sound. And I forgot what tour it was. Could have been the Division tour, and he said, "What kind of overdrive do you use?" And he said a heavy metal pedal.
No kidding.
Yeah, and if you look up, Boss heavy metal pedal, and I guess he just, no matter what, you're gonna sound like you coming through it.
Yeah.
I guess he didn't have the overdrive dined on it.
No, he probably didn't. Didn't.
But that blew my mind.
He's got the best.
That's interesting.
Yeah, you can see it if you look at Google, and it's one of his rigs from a certain tour. He used it on. But again, to get that Strat sound, I don't know.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And then and his bends, the way he bends, that just crazy. He's always really good at that shit. That stuff.
And I remember you guys had Andy Timmons on.
Yeah, love him. Love his playing.
One of my favorite guitar players, man. And we went to see him at the Iridium years ago, and we met him after the show, and it was very funny. He's with my wife at the time, and we walk up, and I'm like, "Hi, man, I'm a longtime fan. I listen to you all the time." And my wife turns to him and says, "Yeah, he listens to you all the time." He's like, "I'm so sorry."
He's got great one-liners.
It was so funny.
Me and Desiree just saw him recently at the Iridium, and he played my guitar on stage.
Yeah, I saw you talking about that. Yeah. That's freaking awesome, man.
Yeah, he's really cool dude.
Now,
really
did you do the do you have the treble bleed?
I do. I have the treble bleed on it. I have the
wow.
Yeah, I have the coil split on the humbucker like he has on his.
Oh, cool.
And I also changed out the jack to be it's those the barrel jacks that most guitars have, like the old Kramers.
Yeah.
They break so fast, like you can break them. You got to change them every 3 months.
Right.
So I didn't know at the time that he had changed his to like a Gibson Les Paul style, with the square plate on it.
Right.
So I changed mine. I had no idea he changed his and did that. I was like, I just thought it was a good idea because it would last forever. And then I saw it on his guitars. I said, I did that to my guitars. He said, yeah, isn't that the best thing? It's like, man, I didn't know you did that to yours. But yeah, then I decided to do everything that he did on his guitar.
Cool, man.
But yeah, it's really cool getting to know him, and we text each other from time to time. But it's really cool We'll have him back on the show. We have his bass player coming on next Friday night, Mike Dean.
Cool.
He's our guest next Friday night, so it'll be fun to talk to him.
Yeah, his tone, I'll tell you, when I saw him there, because he plays the Lone Star for a long, long time, and which made me buy a Lone Star. And you know when you buy that one amp in your life, you buy it a certain amp, and then you play it, and like this, just so in love with the tone.
Yeah.
That thing just had an amazing clean. Dirty's channel was amazing. It took pedals great. This is when I was using tube amps.
Yeah.
And, I just blown away. And then it was a 112. I think I bought it from you at Guitar Center, Dave.
You may have. I remember that. I remember that vaguely, yeah.
A blue one. But
yeah,
you know
it was
what?
a blue one, yeah.
I had only had one 12-inch speaker. And at the time, I'm in a loud band, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to bring it back, and I'm going to trade it in for a 212. And I brought it back, and I traded it in. Wasn't the same amp, man. It just did not sound the same, you know.
Wow.
And then that blue one was gone. And if there's any regret I ever had, was that one amp, you know.
You know, the thing is, you could have plugged in an external speaker.
What do you mean?
Into the back, you could have gotten an external cabinet.
Yeah, I know, but at the time I'm like thinking of, because logistics with traveling with the band.
Sure. Yeah.
Like that, it just made sense to have. But whatever, that thing is gone, man. But that tone is just.
It does sound good, and when Andy plays through it, it's crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
Unbelievable. Yeah, unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what do you got, Johnny? What do you got? What do you got for us?
What? Reminding everybody that we're also live on Periscope. So if you're watching this, actually, if you're watching this on Periscope, jump over to YouTube. See, that's the reason I'm over there, is to get, because I've got like a bunch of people over there that follow me, to get them over here.
How many are there now, though?
That's why you do that. I don't know. I'm not looking at it.
Okay.
Janice and Sandra, they were both over there for a while.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, and leave those hearts over there. Tap the hearts. So Lewis, how many guitars do you have?
Not as many as Dave. You know what? I to tell you the truth, I'm not exactly sure, man. So it's like 20 something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's bad that I don't know, right?
No,
Yeah.
It's not bad, because I can understand that. You got your, 4 or 5 that you play all the time.
Yeah.
And then, the other ones are all secondary guitars, and you kind of forget what you have,
You know what's funny? We had to close the storage. We got rid of our storage unit where all my cases were. That was fun,
Mm-hmm.
I use gig bags most of the time.
Me too.
Yeah, and we had to go. Now all of those cases are in my garage. It's a lot of fun. What do you do with all your cases, Dave?
I have a closet behind this wall right here. This wall behind me. There's a staircase that goes upstairs into the next apartment, which is upstairs, and right behind that wall is a big closet. That whole section is a closet. So I have cases lined up like crazy, and a vacuum cleaner, and a dog cage, and blah blah blah, and all kinds of shit, Wow. But yeah, all my cases are in there.
Wow, cool.
Yeah. So, and I don't have enough cases to get for all my guitars, because there was a time where I was buying guitars without cases because they'd be less money.
Right.
So I was like, I don't need a case. I'll just put it in my gig bag. And now, like in the near future, like in the next couple of years, we're going to be moving, down south.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, we're going to move south after I get my kidney. But because I just can't afford we can't afford to live in New York anymore. It's just too expensive.
Yeah, it's not.
And I can't support my guitar habit living up here anymore. It's just very tough.
Yeah, you got to get priorities straight. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna move. We're gonna move someplace where it's the cost of living is nothing, and you can buy $1 million house up here for $40 or something. $40 or $50.
I have a couple. Yeah, I have a couple of buddies that moved from Long Island, and they would like look down in Tennessee, Murfreesburg, I think it's called.
That's very funny. Yeah, I've got a couple of friends that live down there. Yeah.
And they went down there, and they're like, all right, we want to buy a house. So for like, I think it was 100 at the time, 2004, 2005. It's like 140,000. They picked the entire house, whatever they wanted inside the house, central air, a lot of land.
It's like a $2 million house up here, or more.
Probably not that much, but it was like in the taxes, like $800 a year.
That's incredible.
That's
incredible.
It's insane. And, so, but the only thing I got to say about that is one day he's on Facebook and he posts a picture of the street in Tennessee, and there's a tornado coming towards him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, it's
well, that's the only downfall. We don't want to live anywhere where they have tornadoes. And you know what? They have tornadoes everywhere.
Yeah, they do.
There were 2 tornadoes in Glen Cove in the last 3 years or so.
Right.
Out of nowhere they came, and we never get tornadoes. New York never gets tornadoes.
Yeah.
Glen Cove got 2 of them in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think we're thinking about somewhere in Texas. They're not everywhere in Texas.
Right.
Or we're thinking somewhere in South Carolina, somewhere in that area.
Cool.
So, yeah, it's we'll figure it out. But I need warm. Winters my bones hurt in the wintertime. So I need warm all the time.
The older we get, right?
I like sleeping. I like sleeping in cool air or cold air.
Right.
But during the day when I'm awake and I need to do things, I need warm air, because look at my hands. Can you see my hand?
Yeah.
It's arthritis all in these hands.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's from the cold.
Huh.
Yep.
Yeah, it sucks getting old.
It sucks getting old. Thank God it hasn't hurt my guitar playing much.
Yeah.
But I used to be a lot better when I was younger. When I was younger, I was a much better player.
Oh, that's funny. Johnny, I got to tell you, I was lurking around, your site, and I remember 1984 tour, right? We saw Van Halen. I'd seen Van Halen, every year. I got first row seat, in front of Eddie.
Oh, man.
I used to take a piece of paper and a pencil. This was me at the shows, writing down all the positions where he was playing stuff on every song. Because match it when you're trying to cover him, a lot of stuff he does, it sounds really complicated, but a lot of it's where his hand position is. Even though it sounds, especially with the stretching. So whatever. So I remember seeing that tour, and he did the tabletops. What's that thing called?
The tray table.
The tray table, right? And I saw the video you showing how to play that.
Mm-hmm.
How cool!
Very cool. Yeah, that was cool, John. Because I had been looking.
Thanks.
I was looking for a live clip of that. There's no live clip anywhere of Eddie playing it.
No, there is.
Montreal. Yeah, 84 Montreal.
Yeah, but it's far away. It's not close.
Very far away.
Right. Yes, that was very, very, very nice job with that, man. That was very cool.
Yeah, how did you learn that, by the way?
Thank you, man. How did I learn that?
Yes.
I just figured it out. What, the song?
Yeah. How did you know
the music?
No, the book. Of course, the music.
No, just by ear.
Wow.
I just learned it just by listening to it. Because there is no video. Well, there is, but he's like this tall in the video.
Right.
And you see him flip the thing open. You see the guitar lying down, and you see him playing it. But there was a bootleg, Madison Square Garden '84.
It broke.
You guys are probably there at that show. I had that on vinyl, that bootleg, since like the 90s, mid 90s. And so I had heard that musical part, all those years. So I had the thing stuck in my head, so I always knew it.
Wow.
And then when I went to make that video, which I should probably update that. I mean, it's been a long time, and the Google internet quality was just terrible back then.
Huh.
But I figured out exactly, where it was and which fingers. I know this looks weird, but he does these certain,
right.
And then he does the thing which ended up being in Judgment Day,
right.
Like that. But yeah, it's that, and then spinning the bar around and then hitting above the nut.
Right. Yeah, you covered it well. It was awesome.
Thank you.
I remember I saw him. I think it must have seen. I don't know if they came the Garden and the Coliseum that year, but one of them he hit the stand broke, and he actually put his knee up in the air.
Oh, the wooden one. Yeah, it was the wooden stand that broke.
The wooden stand broke, and he just lifted his knee and played it like that. It was awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. Yeah. There's one thing that I always think about from the olden days, Louis, when I watched you play, when you would do the solo to Ice Cream Man.
Yeah.
Oh,
that came from seeing him live, seeing that, he did the stretch like that,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, Douglas, we see you, man. Welcome back, dude.
Yeah. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, that always, I always was like, man, I'll never, because I always had to tap it, and my hands aren't that long.
I remember you coming up to me going, I thought that was tapped. I'm like, no.
Yeah. I was like, yeah. Just watching you play that, I was like, man, it's like watching Eddie Van Halen do it.
The thing with that stretch, because I play that too.
Right.
I think if you learn it early enough, like I learned it back before I couldn't play anything, but I could play that.
Yeah,
if you learn it early enough.
Yes.
You can do it.
Yes. Yeah.
And the same goes with playing Message in a Bottle by the Police.
Right.
That lick. It's actually the same stretch. It's actually the same thing. You're covering the same amount on the fretboard. It's very similar. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and with piano too. I've been doing the piano thing, and this hand is getting used to doing major freaking stretches. But with the piano, I get to use my thumb, so it's
right.
a lot further.
Mm-hmm.
Use your thumb. Like, who uses that thumb?
Jakey Lee.
Jakey Lee, yes, Jakey Lee.
He plays like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
There's but you know what? The state of guitar, back then, there was no YouTube. We had to figure stuff out, slowing the records down.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like these people that are like just like, I don't know, like if you watch Nuno, to me he's just got a style that no one. He's just different,
He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, and then somebody was showing me. They was watching him play, and they said when he's up here, playing like over here, his freaking thumb is actually it's not
almost
even it's like almost off the neck, and they're saying that's how they think he gets part of that ripping sound. It's just because I don't know, just weird,
That's crazy.
He's great, and like I don't know if you guys are into Megadeth, the guitar player, the new guitar player in that band, Kiko.
I don't know.
Oh, incredible! He's like a Brazilian guitar player, but he joined the band, but he had his own career before that, and just these guys are just so over the top. And then you see these little kids copying it on YouTube, and it's because they're learning it from YouTube.
Yeah, you can. It's visual. It's absolutely that's what it is. It's that I've said it time and time again. Kids these days they're so lucky that they could learn so much faster and become so much better. Like I'm playing 40 plus years, and a kid that's been playing 3 or 4 years is better than I am.
Yeah, and they got the slow down feature on YouTube. It's
mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool.
Do they have the ears though?
Well,
Right.
that's what they lack. Yes.
Right. Yeah, that's one thing. Like when we used to learn the Van Halen records on 16 on the LPs, what you would hear is, first of all, easier you figure out because it was slow, it's slowed down, but you'd also hear his vibrato, and that's something that's really important. You know, so you see some of these guys play, and their vibrato is not the same, or it's just not developed.
It's terrible. That's my pet peeve on guitar players. My pet peeve is vibrato. I don't care if they can't play fast. I don't care if they, they can play one string, one note. How's your vibrato?
Right.
Because if you have bad vibrato, I don't care how fast you play, you're not a good guitar player.
Yeah.
Well, that's where you can actually hear, like them. You can actually hear a person's style within their vibrato.
Right. Right.
And there's people that have, you can tell who has it, and that's where, I mean, BB King. You know, that one vibrato bend. That's him.
Yeah. And he uses his whole wrist like this. He does it. He did it like that's his thing. And the Clapton thing is more up and down like this.
Yeah, but all that distortion, neither of them.
No, without the distortion. I'm not changing it up right now for that.
And Vi does his vibrato like that circular motion.
Yeah, it's a circular thing, and it's crazy.
Yeah, it is. He's an artist. Yeah, I got a funny story. You remember, Johnny? You don't know this guy, but there was a blues legend on Long Island, right? And his name was Little Buster. So and he was friends with BB King, all those guys. He was blind, right, Dave? Legally blind?
Yeah, he was blind, yeah.
He could sing like Aretha Franklin, just an amazing voice, and he played like a monster. And
all open tunings. He didn't play the guitar normally.
Is that right?
They were all crazy tunings. Yeah.
He was incredible, just incredible. And he could shred. He was just crazy. So I remember one night we're doing the Van Halen thing. I think we had a cover band called Fair Warning at the time.
Was it Center Swing or?
We had Fair Warning, Center Swing. We had a bunch of different. Anyway, so he shows up there one night, and I'm like, "Oh, cool, Buster. I'm playing tonight. I'm playing." He's like, "Who's this?" I go, "Louis." I'm like, "Oh," he goes, "I'm playing tonight." I'm like, he's like, "Oh, it's great, great." And I was like so happy he was going to see me play finally. But he's a blues guy. And I remember we opened up with Hot for Teacher. That was our opener. And we played a whole set, and then I came off the stage, and I'm like, Buster, what'd you think? What'd you think, man? He's like, Louis, and he's blind. He's like, Louis, man. He goes, "You're a great, good guitar player, man. Good, but man, just slow. Can't you slow down?" It's so funny, man. But those old blues guys, just amazing,
Yeah. Yeah. He's amazing.
Did you dress up in that band?
No.
Okay, 'cause I'm thinking back to like the early days of when I first got on the internet. The late '90s, early 2000s, and discovering all these Van Halen tributes and their websites. And I think there was a band called Fair Warning, but they flipped up.
This is way before websites and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Johnny, you're robotic.
Am I?
Yep.
Am I robotic, Louis?
Yeah, you're pixelating.
And your voice is robot. You're like, Max Headroom.
Okay, I see it. Yeah.
Fix that, will you?
Tune voice. That's StreamYard. StreamYard does that.
Oh well. Well, on that note. Now he's all, "What's going on with you, Johnny?"
Is it bad?
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh. Where's my volume?
Oh, there. Now you're back, sort of.
I'm back?
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah.
Now there's delay though.
But now Lewis is in the fourth.
Now Lewis is pixelated. Oh my god.
This is my redneck abode.
That's too funny. It's gonna go to me next. Rita Pickle wants to know if I have a Jackson. Nope, I don't.
No Jacksons, okay?
Lewis has my Jackson. Now I've owned some Jacksons. The last one I had was a 1987 San Dimas, just before they moved to Ontario. Maybe it was 1986. Soloist. Maybe it was it would be. Is it? Yeah, I guess it was a USA Soloist, but not a neck. It was a bolt on. It wasn't a neck through. So I don't know if it was actually called a Soloist.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Soloists are all neck through or glue in.
Yeah.
But it was hum single, real Floyd Rose, bolt on maple neck, pointy headstock. It was beautiful guitar, very heavy. It was like 14 pounds. It was so heavy that I was like, I can't do it. Oh, look at that. That's all different now. Your house is all different.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you playing around? You playing around with settings?
The settings, yeah.
See if you can get my back wall on your screen.
Oh, I can't. I'd have to cop that. You'd have to copy that. That's cool. How many guitars do you have own, Dave?
In this house,
In this
43.
Oh, geez.
43 guitars in this house.
Craig, your ears must have been burning, man, because Dave was talking about you earlier, man.
Yep, all bad shit.
You wouldn't believe what he was saying, dude.
Fucked up. You fucked up Louis' guitar so bad. No, I'm just kidding.
Great.
We're loving it. We are loving what you did to Louis' guitar, actually.
Let me show him again.
Yeah, awesome. I love this guitar.
Oh, that.
Nice trees.
Love it. Oh. He's in the jungle, baby.
Yeah. Let me get rid of that.
How do you get those? I was gonna say, how do you get those? Never mind.
Hey, Craig, it's going in for the fret job. The 10th.
Good stuff. Can't wait. I can't wait till it goes in there because I'm gonna when it goes in there, I'm gonna visit Larry. And
Really?
I'm gonna play. It's gonna be done. I'm gonna play it before you. Oh my god! I can't believe this.
Hey, what I was going to ask you, the Plek.
The machine.
Yeah. So when they Plek your guitar, is that worth it? What is that exactly?
The Plek machine is only as good as the guy that's programming it.
Okay.
That being said, Larry is so good with his work that I trust his eyes over a Plek machine.
That's basically what he told me. He said, he goes, I'm going to refret your guitar. I doubt it's going to need to be plecked, but he goes, I'll be able to tell when it's here. But just because it's like
he's that good. He's that good. You really should come see me, or at least we should meet up. I'll let you play the black ESP that he just refretted, and you'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. They're just second to none. He's the best. Actually, if you want to know what his fret job is like, play that John Suhr, because he learned from Suhr.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he comes highly recommended. I know you know your stuff. So again, it's just like with Craig. It's like who are you going to get to paint the guitar you've had, since you're 12,
Yeah, I mean, Craig does amazing work. He's the king at factory finishes. Yeah, really is. They're just incredible. So that being said, Craig, good stuff. I really wish you would have sent me that Charvel that you sent Lou.
Hey, you know what?
Until the day one of us dies, I'm going to be telling you that I want that guitar.
you know, it's funny because I saw you talk about him on your on this show, and then I see him on the Facebook post, and I'm like, all right, I gotta send this guy. Call him one day on the phone, and I'm on vacation in Connecticut. And I'm talking to him, and I guess he was in a rush. And I'm like, he's like, yeah, just call me when you're ready. And I'm like saying to myself, I'm sending this guy that I don't even know, you know. So it was all because of you, Dave. I trusted him because
well,
you
there you go, Craig. If you ever
all the way,
Craig, if you ever thought I didn't like you, now you know your answer.
Yeah, that's tough to do though when you have, you know the feeling, right, Dave? When you start,
Of course, it's in fact that's your baby. I don't care how many guitars you have. That guitar has been your baby for forever.
Yeah.
And no matter what shape it was in, that was your baby. Even when you didn't own it, it was still your baby. It was always Louis' guitar. Louis' guitar with the polka dots. Even when the polka dots were almost off and it was almost bare wood.
Yes.
Or when it had all those stupid stickers on it.
Stickers on it, yeah. Remember that?
My God, I was like, Louis, what are you doing to that guitar? Oh my God. But and Johnny knows about me with stickers on guitars. He's I can't stand them. But I was always like, man, that's Louis' guitar. Always Louis. In fact, the one that's here, it's Louis' guitar. It's made like Louis' guitar.
So now we know.
Yeah, now you know.
Now we know. And yeah, Dave, he used to give me a lot of crap because I would put on my EVH guitars.
Right.
I got a whole bunch of EVH decals from the EVH booth at NAMM some years back. And I would put them on my guitars. Like my PV Wolfgang had an EVH decal right on the bottom of the guitar, right here. And Dave was always, giving me crap, because I had that on there.
Well, I mean, it's a beautiful flame top on it, and it's got stickers on it. I can understand the back because it's black. But you got a sticker let me rephrase that because I'm just as bad. That is a beautiful quilt top, and I've got a 5150 sticker on it. I'm just as bad. But that is a replica of Eddie's guitar, whereas you just put a sticker that sticker. You know how hard it was for me to get that off before I sent it back to Michael Smith. It took me days to get that sticker off. It took me fucking days, and I had to find Goo Gone. I had to find this stupid stuff to get that off and make sure the finish doesn't come off the guitar. It's crazy.
Wow.
But I did. I took it off.
Hey, do you guys use anything to get the scratch marks off your guitars when you're picking and you?
There's nothing really that'll take it all out, but you can use carnauba wax.
Really?
Yeah. You can use carnauba wax, and it'll take a lot of the fine scratches out, and it'll make the heavy scratches finer.
Right.
But there's nothing really that takes all of them out unless you wet sand the whole guitar and buff the whole thing out again.
Now, does anybody make like a shield, like something you could stick on the guitar, like see-through? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean, and I have not seen anyone do that yet. I haven't seen anything cool. Although I know that on Joe Satriani's Chrome Boy Ibanez,
yeah,
he does have something that I think is color forms. He put like a little color forms see-through thing on there so that it scratches that instead.
Right.
So try that. See if color forms will stick on.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah, cool. That drives me a little crazy when because oh wait, Craig Stofko just texted me 3M Imperial Glaze.
Well, there you go.
Thank you, Craig.
Cool.
Johnny, you really look like a cartoon character. You look like a cartoon of yourself with that light on your face.
Am I messed up again?
No, you're not messed up. You just look like animation.
Let me see. Huh? It looks normal to me.
Okay, then.
Maybe it's the reflection from your computer screens.
It's that light. It's that big white light there.
I've got like 4 lights. all here.
How many guitars do you have, Johnny?
7,000. No, I don't. I have probably 20.
Yeah.
20 something.
Johnny's got cool guitars. Most of his stuff is very eclectic, and that's what's cool about it.
Cool.
I might have a new one coming up pretty soon. Because somebody wanted me to review something, and they said they would send it. So there might be something here
Cool.
at some point. We'll see.
Hey, Dave, what's your opinion on the Charvel, not the EVH series, the ones that came out before that?
The Charvel Art Series?
Yes.
I think they're very cool guitars. The only thing I don't like about them, which I don't like about all guitars, including this one, is that the Floyd Rose is not attached from behind.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like when they're attached from behind because they're metal screws screwed into a metal thing here.
Right.
When it's attached from the top, there are two tiny wood screws not deep into the guitar, and once those things strip, it's done.
Right.
So I don't like this, but on this particular guitar, it happens to be working out really well. But I'm sure at some point I'm gonna have to find someone to put the old holes through the neck.
Do the deed, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The old holes.
The old holes through the neck trick.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't like the top mounting stuff either.
Is it not as stable?
It's stable until it's not. And that's the best way to explain it, because after a while, and it could be years, but those two little screws will strip out.
Huh.
And once they strip out, you can't put any other screws in there. You have to drill through the headstock and do that old time, the way all our old guitars are.
Right.
Mm-hmm. The snake bite.
Yeah, the snake bite, like your old Charvel.
Craig wants to see the guitar light on it. He's complaining over here. So, see it, Craig? You can't really see the sparkle, can you?
Well, you can tell it's sparkle. It's just you don't have any lights in front of you. That's the problem.
That's the problem, right? Sorry, Craig. That's a little bit better.
Yeah, that's an awesome guitar, Craig. You did an amazing job on that paint job.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I always wanted a Wolfgang in a similar finish.
Yeah.
Like
You're in luck, Johnny. Craig does those.
mm-hmm.
You can send that nice black guitar to him right behind you and have him do it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, I've got dinner.
Oh, how nice.
Oh, yeah.
I had Panera bread for dinner.
Just a slice of bread?
No, I had a sandwich. I had a steak sandwich. First time eating red meat in a little while.
What is this?
Looks like potatoes.
It's mashed potatoes. See, I told you we talk about food on here too. I think salmon. I've got salmon, mashed potatoes, and
Broccoli.
Nice.
and broccoli. Yeah, I guess I better eat this.
Yeah.
All I ate today was a yogurt.
That's all you eat every day.
That's all I had. No, I went to the gym though. Oh, I had oatmeal. I woke up. I had oatmeal this morning. I went to the gym. Well, you know that because I told you guys that they're playing Bee Gees. And then came home, had a yogurt, did a bunch of crap, and then got ready for this.
Yogurt?
Yeah.
I hate yogurt. What movie is that from?
Star Wars?
No.
Spaceballs?
Yes.
Same thing. Okay. All right. Well, Joe Wentz, are you still listening to us? I was going to send everybody over to Joe's, but he said he was going to be live, but that was like 10 minutes ago, and I don't see him. And
So real quick before we end this, Metal Soda says, "What size frets does everybody prefer?" Go ahead, Lou.
What's the one that's on my Chevelle, Dave? 60.
They're 6100s. Those are big jumbos.
That's what I prefer. Yeah, I mean, I just like when you play in the string and you don't feel that you don't
feel the wood.
Yeah, you feel like you're gliding. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
What
you Johnny?
Small ones.
Vintage style?
Ernie Ball style?
I like whatever's on the Eddie Van Halen Music Man, and then I like the stainless steel ones, like on not that one, but the
Japanese,
the Japanese ones. Which, by the way, if anybody's listening to this, I know it's been like 3 years. I need a Japanese EVH guitar neck, so contact me. Anybody who, if anybody hears this.
Yeah, I love the stainless, man.
I like stainless frets too. I have stainless frets on a few of my guitars. My flame guitar has stainless on it.
Right.
And they're stainless jumbos. And man, they are huge and they glide like crazy. But in general, I'm a huge fan of 6100 Dunlop,
right,
or Jaskar, whatever their version of 6100 is. And as far as how, depending on how flat a neck is, how flat the fretboard is, I like the stainless vintage frets on, say, like the USA EVH.
Right. Mm-hmm.
They feel great on that. But on most cases, I just like big fat frets. They just, it's easier to bend, easier to do everything on.
Hey, on that Ibanez you're getting, right? The Pia,
yeah.
Is that scalloped at all?
Not the whole thing, just the last 4 frets, like on a gem.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't play on a fully scalloped fretboard. It's too much. I just something about it. My touch isn't light enough. But up top, it's easy to play scallop frets. So
we played at the Paramount, and we were downstairs at a private show, and upstairs Yngwie was playing, right?
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, so a quick story. So we're there, we do our set, between sets, and Yngwie's upstairs doing sound check. Yngwie's Yngwie, amazing. And we were talking to his roadie, and you have to picture this. This is the Huntington, New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
The loading dock. He's in the parking lot, and he's got Yngwie's, like, 3 of his Strats, and they're just out in the open, like laying on cases, and he's sitting there changing strings and adjusting, bridges. And it's like weird because you have this vision of, your heroes from when you're a kid, and you think that, this guy's got a multi-million-dollar. No, he's got one roadie that's there, and he's under the gun. He's sitting there in the parking lot with guitars on cases, and these are his main guitars, and he's just sitting there doing everything right there. And you look down, his pedal board is like just an overdrive, and he's got this old rickety wireless guitar system, like a 80. And it's just sitting on a piece of plywood, and that's his whole rig, man. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's his hands. His hands is his rig.
That's it. Yeah. And then he went inside and proceeded to slay us with his playing.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible.
The scallops are just wild. I picked it up, and I'm like, wow, I don't even know how he does that.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got to have such a light touch.
Yeah, and they feel like 8s.
He's using 8s. Yeah,
he's using 8s. Yeah.
Pretty insane. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I got a split. So, Johnny, what do you say we say goodnight? Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere.
What's that?
I don't know. It's probably Johnny.
That was weird. Did you hear that?
Yes, I did hear that.
Okay. Am I still blurry?
You're not blurry. All I see is your avatar.
You can't see me. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it was I was being a robot. I saw that. Lewis, great to meet you, man.
Same here, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, it's awesome to see you.
Same here, bro. We have to hang soon.
Whenever I'm home every day after 2:00.
All right, cool. I'll get you hang out before the busy season starts.
Yes, please.
All right, cool.
Everybody in chat, thanks for everything.
Take care.
We'll see you all in the next one.
Thanks for watching, everybody. And I got let me get it. I got the link to send everybody over to where Joe is. I see that he's on, but he's not on he's on a different channel. So let me just grab that really quickly so we can do a raid. But I guess while I'm looking for this, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Tell all your friends. Okay, here we go. There it is.
Real quick, also, Johnny, before you do that, Craig just sent me a picture of your guitar, Louis. I don't know if
That's it.
There it is.
Awesome. What else? This is a podcast, so make sure to subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, and then we're going to send everybody over to watch Joe Wentz and his friends, Stafford's Music Studio, R2R3 Locking Nut, and Mr. BHB is that Bruce. They are all live right now. There's the link. Make sure to say hashtag Johnny Bean Raid in the chat over on their video.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'll put that in here a bunch of times, and then here, let's listen and see if they hear it, or let's see if they acknowledge. And then we'll see you guys tomorrow night, Saturday night, with John BL. Okay, here we go. Dog paws over there. Let's tune in to these guys.
So
That's a nice mic, dude. I like it.
yeah, I mean, this will record drums and acoustics so good. And some of my YouTube videos that I put out, you'll hear like where I just do talking. I'll do the talking through this microphone, and it picks it up so good.
Woo! Hey, sorry, man. Just sorry to interrupt you. We got a raid going on here, but that's good.
Right.
We got people jumping in from the raid.
What do we got? Renus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Am I saying that right? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, Arena's Pinkle. Yeah.
Rena's Pinkle. That's peanut.
You said it, man. You said it.
I don't mind. And this is not Chuck Booth. What's up, man?
Hey, Chuck Booth, what's going on, man?
Hello, everyone.
We got Brother Booth on Sandra.
Hey, I just want to tell Sandra, I really like that video. Sandra, I like that video with Mike Weed from King Diamond.
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. But I didn't mention that. I want to say that.
Lewis Rouse, Johnny Bean's raid. All right, we got the raid. Okay. Well, stick around and hang out with us.
Why
Got
not?
Mr. BHB Jr. on. My brother from another.
Where? Oh, there, right there.
Tomas Santiago.
What's that, man? Man, we're kicking here, man. Everyone.
Andrew Thrash.
The dog.
Man.
Holy crap! All right,
Yeah.
Rocking and rolling.
Rocking and rolling.
Everybody's
Welcome,
going over there.
everybody. Great Manzini.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Hey,
See you guys tomorrow night.
We did our studio.
don't go anywhere. Don't hang up.
Okay.
Thomas. Did somebody say Thomas Santiago? Hello.
Yep.
Sorry, missed anybody?
How do you do this?
I don't know. Hang it up.
To all you newcomers, cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers. Thank you.
BAL Guitars. What's up, man? Cheers.
So,
All right.
what is new, Bruce, man? I mean, I seen on Instagram you put out a riff. You said that you just